I pray that you may find some space in your very busy calendar to swear them in on the 9th of February 2026 when they officially take office. I appreciate the Education and Sports Committee of Parliament and the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development for the appropriation and very timely release of funds to UNEB. I am grateful to our security agencies and the field officers at various levels for their support in the conduct of the examination. To our teachers who took time off to mark the candidates' work, and the institutions that hosted the marking exercise, I say thank you very much. And on behalf of the board, and may God give you more blessings. I congratulate the candidates who passed the examination at various grades. I also thank the teachers who prepared them and the parents and guardians who provided support they needed. For those who did not pass or get the grades they expected, we think there are many opportunities to remedy your expectations. Mama, now you allow me to call the Executive Director to present the statement of release of results for 2025 primary living examinations, and I thank you for listening to me.
And Mama, as the Executive Director comes in, I would like to associate with all the success that the professor has mentioned. I want to thank you so much for the resilience, and we also want to thank you as a sector for always keeping us shining in all corners of this country. Mama, we at the same time want to thank UNEB for the job well done. I know they have always been equal to the task. I beg for indulgence. When I was introducing dignitaries, I actually forgot to introduce Dr. Dan Nokraj, the Executive Director of UNEB. Allow me to now mention that he's indeed here and he's going to address us. But at the same time, we can clap for that. At the same time, I also forgot to mention the presence of the Executive Director of UHAPAB. I don't know how the pronunciation is made these days, but it is UHPAB. This is the board that manages the nurses and all that. Thank you very much for coming. Ma'am, I also did forget Madam Bernadette Nambi, the ED National Curriculum Development Center. She's also with us. And I also did forget the person from DES, UVTAB, Kate Kisa Semakula. Thank you so much, and thank you for pardoning me over that. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'll invite, he has already been invited, the Executive Director to come and give the statement of results. Thank you.
Mama, I expected an applause from these people to usher me on to the second. Thank you, Mama. Mama, you'd allow me to ride on the protocol established by my chair. I'll address you and the other dignitaries will be exactly like my chair, as mentioned. Mama, Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, we are pleased to present to you the results of the 2025 primary living examinations, which, as you heard, was conducted on the 3rd and 4th of November 2025 under the theme embracing security and holistic assessment of learners in a dynamic environment. The same theme as was used in 2024. The issues that informed the development of that theme in 2024 are still relevant to the examination process of 2025. Mama, we thank God that despite the bad weather and damaged roads referred to by the chair in parts of the country, heroic efforts by the local governments, the district inspectors of schools, two of whom are represented here, and our monitors that we posted, these work together to ensure that the conduct in those areas was successfully completed. Mama, permit me to report on the registration of candidates for the year 2025 PLE. A total of 817,883 candidates from 15,388 examination centers registered for PLE in 2025 compared to 797,444 in 2024. Of this number, Mama, 522,036 or 63.8% from 11,525 centers were universal primary education UPE beneficiaries, and the other 295,847 or 36.2% of the candidates from 3,863 centers were the non-UPE. The overwhelming majority of the candidates who took the PLE Mama were the beneficiaries of the UPE program. Table 1 in my statement gives a detail of the candidature and the centers for the last 5 years. And as you can see, Mama, from 2020, we have been rising progressively, except after 2022, where the entries were abnormal, as the impact of the COVID-19, we had a lot of candidates who had stayed behind, and those shot up the number to 832,654. Thereafter, Mama, we came back to the normal rate of increases that we have had, and we've been having these increases going up every year. And Mama, that table indicates that candidature increased by 20,439 or 2.6% over the previous year. When we analyze this 2025 figures by gender, it shows that 389,469 or 47.6% of these were boys who were registered, compared to 428,324 or 52.4% were girls. And Mama, this is indicating that more girls than boys completed the primary education cycle. Mama, this has been the trend in the recent years. Last year in 2024 examination, we reported that the percentage was 52.5 for the girls and 47.5 for the boys, more or less the same as this year, a difference of 0.1% lower than last year. Mama also report on the registration of special groups, the first being our special needs education children. The board registered 3,636 learners with special needs of various categories, including the blind, the deaf, the physically handicapped, and the dyslexics. And this compares to 3,328 who were registered in 2024. This is an increase of 308 or 9.3%.